Pray, what was President Ruto, Musalia Mudavadi, and all these other fellows doing at the Vatican? You know, it amazes me that African leaders, even those who claim to be very well educated, just have no sense of pride. They do things that are pretty foolish. But anyway, that's not what I wanted to reflect on today. I wanted to reflect on my country, Kenya. Of course, that's the country where President William Ruto is the president. The BBC just released a documentary on the Gen Z revolution of last year, 2024. They call it Blood Parliament. So they captured the events of the 25th of June last year, when the Gen Z revolutionaries attacked or occupied the National Assembly in Nairobi. I was on the streets that day from 6 in the morning, and I left at around 4:30. I think that's the time when the preparations were being put in place to properly occupy Parliament. Many young people were killed last year, 25th of June, and thereafter, very many were disappeared. I wrote a report for one of the organizations called the Independent Medical Legal Unit on the Gen Z protests and what they signify in terms of our governance, accountability, human rights, and what have you. Kenya is a violent society. Let's just admit that outright. The elite use violence to attain and keep power. They use violence to keep their privileges so that anytime there is significant opposition to their rule, to their corruption, to their ethnic mobilization, anytime there is a significant push against this culture of violence, it only begets more violence. Right now, the country is trying to cope with this problem of femicide. That means the killing of women, many times by their spouses, their friends, and so on, even their relatives. Of course, the killings are not just confined to women. Men have also been killed. Quite a number of court cases have involved women either organizing to kill their husbands or actually killing them. So attempted murder, but also quite a number of cases of murder. I do not know whether these knee-jerk reactions can actually solve the problem of violence in this country, because violence has been internalized. You know, anywhere, it's not just the political elite, the people have also now internalized violence. You find people fighting over a piece of land, it ends in violence. Members of parliament, members of county assemblies, they settle their issues using violence. They fight right there in the chambers of parliament, in the chambers of the county assemblies. As a scholar, I know there is something lacking, there is something missing. It is the fact that we have failed to understand our society. We have failed to know what these symptoms actually represent. Because violence is a symptom. At most, it is a symptom of failed systems. It is a symptom of failed institutions. It is a symptom of failed relationships. It is a symptom of failed politics. It simply means that something in the society is not working. And that something that then expresses itself as violence, that something needs to be fixed, and it needs to be fixed urgently.